Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Pisces. Any aspect of your life. What does Pisces need to know? Clarity, please. Always remember, if something doesn't resonate, just leave it behind for someone else. Just let it go. Pisces, what is it you need to know? Yep, just let it go. Just like I said. Always just let it go. If it's not yours, you let it go. You set it free. Yeah. So I do see the star. Yeah. So some of you, I feel like you've kind of given up hope here. You're feeling a little bit beat up. But I do think you're going to put something behind, because I do feel there is actually hope. So this is an interesting... I've had a couple cards come out that way that gives me both perspectives. I think it was the Cancer reading. What does Pisces need to know? Yeah, some of you are definitely single. Some of you actually have felt like giving up. You're just kind of letting it go. Yeah, it's like you'd just rather be single, but... like I say, I feel as if the star is saying there's still hope. Know your worth and value. Yeah, I do feel you deserve better too, and you know it. Yeah, look at that. Someone who lives alone. But there is a reason to celebrate. Yeah. If you are the masculine, you could be dealing with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. Someone who likes a comfortable home. See, some of you are, I feel, whatever it is you're releasing, I feel, and I do feel, some of you are single, you take care of yourself. There's an energy of independence where you feel like you'd rather be alone. You deserve better. So I feel like there's someone around you. Queen of Pentacles, where we are here, yeah. Pisces, masculine energy. Cancer or Scorpio, take it as it resonates. All depends who you're dealing with and the energy you're in. But yeah, you definitely deserve better. You deserve a home. You deserve a comfortable home. You deserve to feel safe. Yeah, somebody here actually holds you in very high regard. Tell me about the King of Pentacles, or the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups. Who is this? Who is this? Somebody with King of Wands energy, but it has to do with, yeah, so it could be a Scorpio. When I see the King of Cups and the King of Wands together as a person, it's usually a Scorpio, but it has to do with someone lifting the weight off someone's shoulders. You know, I feel like there's somebody here that feels responsible for something here, because you deserve better. Has to do with someone pulling the weight, lifting the load off your shoulders, someone who's reliable. And that's what I feel some of you give up. Nobody's reliable. They don't pull their weight. So this is how someone becomes independent too. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. Who is this? Let's just see. Or the Queen of Cups. Boy, I'm doing it backwards today. I tell you, it's still Mercury retrograde. It's petering, but Queen of Pentacles. Who is this? Someone who knows a good thing when they see it, but it's also somebody who may be seeking out other options. Some of you this could be two people, but I said, who is the King of Cups? And it brought me out this person. Someone who's let go of all their baggage, but it's about someone pulling their weight, someone being responsible and reliable. It has to do with someone who's strong and confident. I wonder if this is someone who feels like you're out of their league. Often the star shows a person who has very high standards, and it could be someone who feels your standards are too high. This is someone who looks good, though. They take care of themselves. It's very earthy energy. Someone very down to earth is what I feel. Yeah, but this is, I wonder if this is someone who... This is someone who sees someone who pulls their weight, though. Like, I feel you're held in high regard. You deserve better. You know your worth. But I feel this person does too, because and I wonder if this is someone who feels responsible. Did someone treat you like an option? What does this King of Cups want? Strength. Confidence, taming the beast. No, they want forgiveness. Somebody's looking for forgiveness here. But it is taming the beast. This is someone, it has to do with themselves pulling their weight, but it has to do with forgiveness. Someone feels responsible here because this is how you're feeling, where you feel like just giving up. You've given up. See, this is often someone who acts like they're no longer interested. This is someone just preparing to be single, have a comfortable home. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look at the star. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, we have an Empress. This is someone who knows their worth and value. This is a person who looks out for themselves, definitely. It's someone who has a lot of abundance here. Yeah, it's all about this, someone who's open for something new. See, being open, seeking other options. So I feel like at some point, you've just felt like giving up. But you know what? This person here is the one who feels beat up too. They feel beat up. The King of Cups, they feel like giving up. But it's either this person can't find anyone responsible, reliable, or someone who pulls their weight or who's there. Someone who's reliable. But I still kind of get the vibe someone's looking for forgiveness. They feel responsible because you've given up. So something's telling me, I mean, this is definitely an energy of a feminine here who's kind of preparing to be single. But I do feel, I mean, there's opportunity. Someone here knows a good thing when they see it. See, this is someone who knows a good thing when they see it. Let's have a look at the Nine of Wands. Yeah, this is a person who's trusting their intuition, their inner knowing, but it's also an energy of privacy, someone who's very private. They stick to themselves, look out for themselves. It's a person who has everything they need. But this is also someone looking like there's got to be something more than this. Because that's why I kind of feel you're not giving up. If you are the feminine. The masculine definitely is in that energy too, I feel. They feel beat up, feeling like giving up. But now look at, there's opportunity here. But if this is somebody here who treated you like an option, they may feel responsible and want forgiveness. Can we put this behind? So what happened here? Tell me about this King of Wands. In case it is two people, let's have a look at the King of Wands. The King of Wands. This has to do with someone needing to let go of control. Someone here has put on the brakes. They're taking another look. That's why the card come out this way. Sometimes my cards will do that. And they'll literally come out in the direction that they need to come out. So this is why I feel, this is definitely an energy of emotion. Someone staying in control of their emotions, you see. And I can see this person here putting on the brakes. They're taking another look. This person kind of feel, and it could be where there was something bothering them, or this person, you know, or they feel that way, that they've done something here. So I do see a Cancer. It looks like this is a Cancer. Pisces, I feel like you're private. You're keeping things to yourself. If you have other options, you're going to keep that to yourself. It's no one's business. Yeah, because I do think this is someone who's putting on the brakes, taking another look. But it has to do with confidence and self-control. So this is someone taming the beast. They actually have confidence and self-control. But it has to do with taking the lead. This is someone who generally takes the lead. Tell me about this Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, we have someone being very cautious, a little careful what you wish for. Yeah, that's, I mean, the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles energies will often show that, playing it safe. They're both people that often play it safe. They're a little cautious. The Queen of Cups is someone who only shares so much of themselves too, but so does the King of Cups. So this looks like could be unrequited love here for some of you. Someone hasn't told you how they feel. This is somebody finding out that you really are just preparing to be single. You give up. They may be feeling responsible. But this is somebody here who feels like you're out of their league. Now, what is it with this Ten of Wands? Someone who has a lot on their plate. They're busy. This is someone with strong shoulders. They're capable. They're confident. Why does this person feel this way? King of Wands. Yeah, their cup actually runneth over. See, their cup runneth over with emotion. It's an offer, an invitation, but this is someone all up in their feelings here. They're feeling it. Yeah, they're trying to control their emotions. Someone felt a little overwhelmed here. This could be why someone put on the brakes. But now they're taking another look. It's about getting close. I feel this is how the feminine may have acted. Like they just want to be single. That's what it is. Someone who just wants to be single. So this is why someone kind of put on the brakes, but now they're taking another look. So they see opportunity. They know a good thing when they see it. I see some Taurus energy, ooh, the Hierophant here with this. So somebody with a little Taurus energy, but it has to do with the way someone conducts themselves. See, they're seeing the way someone conducts themselves. Well, they just want to be single. But this has to do with someone's morals and values, their lifestyle. Someone who's very private. I feel somebody who likes their privacy. And it is, ooh, the sun shining. It's like starting something new. What the heck's going on? You know, this is somebody who's learned something. They've learned something, and it's making them happy. And it could be where some of you are open to something new. And I do think it's somebody finding out that you've started something new. I can see it, or you're open to it. But if you have options, you're keeping it to yourself. So yeah, I don't think that if you were giving up, you're not giving up anymore. But this is the person who feels beat up. I do, because they're putting on the brakes. They're taking another look. Their cup runneth over. But it has to do with, so obviously this person kind of lacked confidence for a bit here. It's all about being reliable, someone who pulls their weight. But this is someone learning something, and they're learning that there's someone new and there's opportunity. I don't know if you guys, this could be another person. I wouldn't be surprised, but tell me about the house here, the home, the Four of Wands. Why is this here? Yeah, it has to do with two people coming together, going down this path here. This is a person kind of between two worlds, neither here nor there. See, they're holding on to the world between two worlds. So to me, this looks like every time it's time to take it to the next level, somebody puts on the brakes. I think this person wants forgiveness. I do. I feel they want to put this behind. They felt beat up, and it is possible somebody, one of these people here, you know, the masculine energy wasn't over something. So they put on the brakes before it went anywhere. But this is about two people coming together, someone's home, like strong financial foundation, a comfortable home. This is someone just, they're taking another look. And now the Lovers is here. So there's this energy of a bond, a connection. It has to do with love. I feel like someone never told you how they felt. Their cup runneth over. They feel responsible. And I do think they put on the brakes. But I also feel this is a feminine here who kind of, the feminine's holding all the cards here too. You know that? Whether you know it or not, Pisces. And I'll tell you, it's because this person sees that you're open to new. I do see some of you have a choice. You do have options. But one of these situations isn't going anywhere. So I do see a Leo energy. I see some Gemini energy as well. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. It does look like this person's a Cancer. Now you can flip the energies, but tell me more about this Ten of Wands. Why is it here? Yeah, someone's reminiscing here. It's a person who longs for love. They're reminiscing. A little romanticizing. Yeah, there's a little fantasizing and romanticizing about living together. Basically playing house. They see opportunity. So this is about an opportunity. And I do think that some of you have left, you're leaving something behind. You have a person who's not following through. They don't pull their weight. It could be a committed relationship ending because someone's not pulling their weight or they're not reliable. But this person's longing for love here. It looks like a new crush. Yeah, we got two people. I gotta tell you. I mean, it could be somebody missing someone too. I wouldn't be surprised, especially if it's someone who put on the brakes. They got overwhelmed. See, their cup is overflowing, but yet the King of Wands is here, which is probably another person, even though I ask who's the King of Cups. I mean, it could be someone who just got all up in their feelings, you know. But it has to do with someone who hasn't followed through. And I do think there is someone feels a bit responsible for something because they didn't follow through. They weren't reliable. But yet there's new. The sun is shining. So if you are the feminine, you're likely manifesting this because this is someone who knows their worth and value. I do think it is an energy of someone who feels like there's no hope, but then not giving up because now there's something new. Yeah, you have a person who hasn't followed through. See, the Queen of Pentacles is a person who just decides often, I'm just going to give up and just stay single. I'm just going to focus on home. I'm just going to hang at home. We have a little homebody here. I'm just going to hang at home. I give up. But I really feel it's not giving up permanently. And I do see this Page of Pentacles, someone who hasn't followed through, but it's someone who communicates something. And it's an energy of lack of confidence is what I feel. Yeah. Because it has to do with a home. Like there's something about home. Are these two homes? Are you guys living, are you neighbors or something? It's like there's two homes. It's like coming together. It sounds like, This is a life path choice decision too, but you can see too, it's two people coming together, going down this path. Tell me about the High Priest. You're going to have a conversation here with it is about romancing. I think it's this person, the masculine could be Pisces with this too, but it's somebody here following their heart. Now this is often someone who kind of sweeps, this person is, it's about sweeping you off your feet, but here's what it is. They actually felt swept off their feet because of the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody very gracious, somebody who has a comfortable home. It's somebody who makes someone feel comfortable. Making someone not just a home, but I think this is somebody kind of, it feels like this person's like playing house, you know? And this is a person who no longer sees a future with someone. So I do feel the feminine, you're coming apart, you're making a choice. We have a person who hasn't followed through. They put on the brakes. And see, it's not going anywhere. It's like knowing this isn't going to go anywhere. Trust your inner knowing. But this other person's the one coming in. But I feel it's the masculine who felt swept off their feet. You made them feel comfortable. It felt like home. That's what it is. It felt like home. It's all the feelings. It's how this person's feeling. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it is about new, and I see happiness. It's all about things being learned, but it's the way someone conducts themselves. Yeah, somebody with good morals and good values. There's a lot of happiness, but yeah, some of you got a person who didn't follow through, so I don't feel like you don't see a future. It's not going anywhere. So now there's this other energy. Definitely there's two, even though I asked who that King of Wands was, it said the King of Cups was the King of Wands, and it's possible they're putting on the brakes. See, it has to do with someone who needs to take the lead. They need to follow through. They need to show the other person they're reliable. And they pull their weight. This is somebody who doesn't have any baggage. I don't feel like we have two people with a lot of baggage here, that's for sure. But this is all about someone who didn't get what they wanted, the Queen of Cups. And it could be this person too. They put on the brakes, so they didn't get what they wanted. And why didn't they get what they wanted? Because they didn't offer the cup. They put on the brakes. It has to do with an invitation. It has to do with going out on a date. But it's the masculine who felt swept off their feet. But the interesting thing is this is what they're going to do. They want to sweep you off your feet. Now, when I do see a little Gemini there, I have to be honest, someone is a little fickle. So this is somebody who's kind of particular about things, sometimes things that aren't super important, but regardless, it's their thing. But I do feel it's them who felt swept off their feet. But that's what they're going to do, though, is come in and do this. They're going to fill your cup. Now, this to me looks like we have a feminine who reached out to someone and showered a little abundance, let them know they were available. They're available. The Empress is definitely somebody very balanced, very gracious, and often patient. But it does look like the feminine definitely does not see a future with someone here. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's just not going anywhere. I don't think this feminine's going anywhere right now either. Interesting. It's like I mean, the Pentacles are slower moving energy. Tell me about this Nine of Cups. Someone's about to get their cup filled. Yeah, we have a person curious. See, that's a person curious, learning something. And there's a need to know more for sure. But I do think it's someone keeping things to themselves as well, not saying anything. And I'm going to tell you, I do think you're going to make an agreement with this person. The person who's confident and bold that comes in. They are emotional and they are emotionally available, but I do think it's someone who didn't tell someone how they felt. They kept all their feelings to themselves. They didn't tell the other person. Because there's more this person needs to know. And I do see a little fickle energy, but I really feel it's all about the way someone conducts themselves. It could be where this person thinks you're emotionally detached or not interested. I think it's the feminine who's coming across that way, is emotionally attached, not interested, just want to be single. But I feel like they're finding out otherwise because now you're open and you got someone new. But I do think this person did feel overwhelmed. They kept it all in. They felt swept off their feet, but they're going to come in and sweep you off your feet. You're going to get that cup. But if you are a feminine who reached out to someone, that's how they felt. And you actually made them comfortable. But I think they made you uncomfortable. But you can flip it. This is someone finding out this person's still single. Did some of you act like you weren't interested, or you just wanted to be single to someone? And then they find out that you actually have someone new? Because whoever they are, they're about to come in and take control of the situation. Because it is about the cup running over. This is about emotional fulfillment and offer an opportunity. So this person knows what they need to do. And you do have choices, I feel, some of you. Probably not everyone. But let's have another look at the single person up here. Yeah. And this may not have served you either. If you acted like you wanted to be single because you felt a little uncomfortable, maybe you were at someone else's home, I don't know. I do see possibility of no, I don't. It could be a friend. It could be two people here. I mean, the star's here twice, so... But it's someone releasing things that don't serve them. But it's because someone feels the other person's doesn't have their best interest at heart. But yet the feelings are mutual. So there's someone talking to someone here. And it could be a mutual friend talking to someone, finding out pretty much like the opposite. Because whoever they are, they're coming in to sweep you off your feet, but that's how they felt, and they kept it all to themselves. And I do see the Queen of Pentacles is someone who does this too, very cautious and just plays it safe, not really letting them know you're interested or not. Well, they're going to have to make a move. So I don't know. It's that feminine energy of the Empress. The Empress can do this. The Empress is very powerful. This is a person who knows their power. So you don't really share a whole lot, being very private. So you've made this person curious. And they need to know more. But it's whether or not the feelings are mutual. Because it's almost like this person feels like, no, I think this person just wants to be single. But then a new person comes in. Yeah. But whatever it is, if this person feels responsible for anything, it's for not following through. Because what they've done is showed you that they're unreliable. So I do see apology. But it has to do with a person who's generally very bold and not afraid to take in the lead. But it's a crush, a longing. See, it's both people here. Now, some of you could have where you have someone who you spent some time with and you were dating, and then they put on the brakes and they never told you how they felt, and they're finding out you just want to be single now. It could be bothering them, and they may be feeling responsible. So you could get an apology. If you do, it's going to be a big apology and likely going to come with some flowers or a gift. But for most of you, I feel like this is just the cup. Two people going to drink from each other's cup. I feel like you're going to come together with someone. It's about getting together too, but it's about taking it to the next level. See, this is, as soon as it's time to take it to the next level, and it could be the feminine putting on the brakes. The physical intimacy, see, not letting it go any further. Friends first. And that's what this person's trying to decide. Do they just want to be friends, or are they actually interested? There's some kind of a connection here. Yeah, it has to do with a chapter closing. Someone closing a chapter in their life and a whole new chapter. But yeah, one of these definitely, it's an energy of moving on. If you have two, one of them isn't going to go anywhere. It's not going to... But you do have a person who feels confident. They have self-control. They've tamed the beast, so they're patient. It's not someone who expects anything. See, they don't expect. This is what it is. It's like this person thinks that you think that they were expecting something. Feeling entitled to expect more than they deserve. It's somebody who just wants to take you. See, you've got a person who wants to take it to the next level before they've even taken you on a date, or where the other person is different. Interesting energy. Yeah, these readings are complicated this week. It's coming out of the tail end of Mercury retrograde. Yeah, we'll get some clarity pretty quick. It can take like a week to 8 days sometimes. It all depends on if it's in your sign. I know it was pretty heavy on Sagittarius. And I do see, and if you have it in your chart someplace to do with your love life, it likely could very much be affecting that. But I do feel it is about two people talking and reminiscing about how something played out. So you're going to reminisce with someone and talk about a situation. But it does look like some of you have a crush. And that could be the person sweeping you off your feet, but there's a person who really feels that the impression is that you just want to be single. So that may not have served you. So it's an energy of letting somebody know that you're available. Because I feel like you've let someone know. But it also has to do with this person doing the same thing, this King of Cups. This, I feel, this could be the new person who hasn't followed through, and it could be an apology for not reaching out and asking you out like they said. Maybe you had an agreement. But for some of you, there was no commitment. Someone never laid the foundation. There was no commitment. And that's why I feel some of you, it's like, oh, well, it is what it is. I guess they're not interested. And now you've got another person here, possibly. That whoever this is definitely in feelings. Yeah, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, someone's stable. It's a person planning ahead. See, it's also an energy of a home, a comfortable home. I think you're going to come together with this person here. You know, the things you have in common, cooperating, compromising, the compatibility. See, it's about doing things together. I think you got a person who's been fantasizing of doing it with you. that's thinking about what happens. It's sort of like what happens next. We come together. It's about two people being alone in someone's home too. But it's about the next level. And where does it go from there? Because I feel like some of you have had a person in the past who sort of feels entitled. If they take you on a date, they're entitled to something. You know what that is? Where the other person is a lot more confident, they're bold, they have self-control, they're mature. So one of these people is emotionally mature and available. The other person is probably the one you don't see going anywhere. And likely the person who put on the brakes, they could be taking another look. But I would be very cautious of that person. It does say playing it safe. Someone who wants to kind of keep everything to themselves. But the interesting part is that bold and confident person. Yeah, there is a Sagittarius here. It's the Magician here, because I'm telling you, the Mercury retrograde, I do believe, was pretty heavy on Sag, this past one. So there's a lot of reminiscing. And I do see a little reminiscing there. And I do think it's someone who feels responsible because they haven't pulled their weight. They weren't reliable. They didn't lay the foundation. They didn't make a commitment. But the other person feels entitled if they take you out, that it should go to the next level. The other person isn't like that at all. So this is crazy. Whatever you do, Pisces, masculine or feminine, and I do feel there is a heavy feminine energy, and I do see, and I mean, it could be the masculine too, but it could be either or here. I mean, it really is almost the same energy. It's all about what someone's expecting, somebody who's entitled. And I do think we have someone who's curious and they've learned something. Because this is a person who knows their worth and value, so that's not going to work. All right, Pisces, you got her. Yeah. If you are chasing after could be a feminine Cancer energy, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but I'm seeing the power couple. I'm seeing two people who feel like home. They're very comfortable with each other. These are people who can sit in a room and have a comfortable silence. You know, the things you have in common, compatibility. But I find this to be an interesting read. And I do feel with the Six of Wands, this is someone planning, preparing, hoping for the best, coming in, feeling positive that this could go the distance. But the feminine definitely knows this is a situation that won't go anywhere, especially if someone expects, you know, it to go to the next level after a date. Because the Queen of Pentacles with the Empress, friends first. We got to see if we're connected, see if we're compatible. But this masculine here, I mean, this person here, they're stable. I mean, they are looking ahead. And I do see, you know, looking at the things you have in common. It's what two people bring to the table. But it's about coming together and spending time together. See, one of them's just happy to spend time with you and be with you. But the other one is someone, if they don't get what they want, they're going to go get it somewhere else. Because they feel entitled for it to go to... They feel entitled for something. If they take you on a date. Some of you have experienced this before, I'm sure. This person, and I do think one of these, there's three masculine energies here. I hate to say it, but I almost feel like it's the King of Pentacles, but I mean, it could be the King of Wands. It's just people's energies, because this is the person looking ahead. But it has to do with this energy of this being entitled. See, someone who, if they don't get their cup filled and get what this is why someone doesn't, this is why this is somebody who ignores them. And it could have been someone who wanted another date, and the other person, not everyone, we have to always remember, we're not always entitled to another date. Nobody's entitled to another date. Sometimes you just go on a date and you find you're not compatible, you're not on the same page, nothing's in alignment, right? Because that's what I feel. It's about nothing is in alignment. So I don't feel like that's the situation here. It's more like someone expecting more than you know, too much too soon. The other person just feels like swept from their feet, like emotional, like they're just happy to be with you and spend time with you. The other person, one of them is entitled to, and if you don't fill their cup and give them what they want, because then it's like, maybe, you know, maybe we'll go out sometime, or maybe we'll do this or that, and they never follow through. Somebody who isn't loyal. So there's your choices. Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I'm a little confused as to who's who, because I really feel like the people here aren't their signs, they're energies. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who generally likes to get to know someone and get comfortable first before it goes to the next level. It takes time. And I feel like we have someone who's just really thinks that they're entitled to it. And it probably was the way they were acting, and it didn't serve them, so they never got what they wanted. But I do feel they took off and went, going off and played the field. See? Go off to play the field. And go get it somewhere else. Yeah. Yep, there's the confusion. And that's how I feel with all this energy. There's still some things that are unknown, probably as to why, because this is the energy of curiosity, someone shining a light. But I feel like you got someone who didn't tell you. Now I'm hoping it's someone who certainly wasn't in a commitment where they put on the brakes, because they have to break free from that. So it's whether someone's truly available or not. And it looks like the masculine. The feminine it's Empress energy. Yeah, the feminine is, as soon as I said that, I was looking at the Queen of Wands. So this is, I definitely feel this is a person grounding themselves, looking at the situation, does not see a future with someone, just releasing it. It's not meant to be. It's someone who doesn't have their best interest at heart. One of these people does have your best interest at heart. They have confidence and self-control. That's the person I feel that's going to take the lead. But is somebody coming in humble too? I do see a person coming in humble, where the other person I feel has an ego and an attitude. But like I say, the moon's here, a little confusion. See, someone who keeps it all in. See, there's a mystery. It's all about the curiosity and the mystery. Just be mysterious. Let this person kind of figure this out on their own. But I do think, Pisces, you already know the answers you're seeking. So take care and bye for now.